Viviana is a 6-star Archfighter Guard. She was first available in the By My Will banner during the Zwillingsstrom und Herbst event alongside Virtuosa and Baseline, and has been available in other banners since then. Viviana, full name Viviana Drost, and also known as the Candle Knight, has 8 years of combat experience, likely coming from her time as a competition knight in Casimir's. She stands 171 centimeters tall, was born on the 21st of July in 1078, which makes her about 19 years old, in Lithuanian, and is of the Elafia race, specifically a European fallow deer. In her archive files and promotion record, it's noted that a logistics operator once spotted Viviana standing motionless under the grape aisle, her antlered, snow-white silhouette barely visible beneath a hooded robe. Assuming she was training, the operator left to tend to the seedbeds only to find Viviana still there upon returning, hands clasped, rhythmically tapping her thumb. As their eyes met, Viviana pointed to her tangled antlers caught in the grapevines. With a quick work of pruning shears, the operator freed her and they shared a brief conversation on a stone bench. Viviana described the garden's scents and sounds with poetic charm, turning the mishap into an artistic moment. When they parted, Viviana gifted her a grapevine crown before disappearing among the flower beds. When Viviana and Mlinar discovered a campaign knight sword staff bearing the Nurls' crest in Kaigerreich, they returned to Casimir's to inform Margaret, hinting at clues to their missing relatives. Despite the dangers of Kaigerreich and Margaret's ongoing duties, Viviana promised her full support while seeking advice on her future. Tired of being a competition knight and uncertain about returning to Lithuanian, she considered resuming her pastoral life until Margaret suggested Rhodes Island. Captivated by its reputation for aiding the infected and Margaret's transformation during her time there, Viviana's curiosity was sparked. A few weeks later, she set off to experience Rhodes Island for herself. When a power outage plunged the library Viviana was in into darkness, she calmly placed her sword by the table and used her arts to light a candle, continuing to read as others gathered around the warm glow. The simple flame reminded her of the countless times she herself had read by candlelight as a child, resisting darkness with a small yet steadfast light. Unlike the blinding arena spotlights of her past, this humble glow brought peace, not weariness. When the administrator asked her to help restore power, she guided him through the darkness, candle held high, reflecting on how she always navigated shadows alone. When the lights restored, Viviana returned to her table and quietly resumed reading. In a dream of Kaigerreich, Viviana confronted memories of her younger self, mistakes, regrets, and fragments of joy long buried. Once constrained by public scrutiny, she now freely expressed her inner creativity, crafting a whimsical realm of dolls, castles, and fantastical scenes in her dormitory. When Margaret visited, she was astonished by the imaginative spectacle, from woolen beasts to tin sentinels. Amid lighthearted teasing, Viviana provided the records Margaret sought, but Margaret couldn't help but wonder why Viviana was absent from her creations. With a smile, Viviana revealed a hidden figure, a young master, her antlers entwined with radiant light, illuminating the entire room. Vivi is confirmed to be non-infected. She has a cell originum assimilation of 0% and a blood originum crystallization of 0.12 parts per liter. The notes in her medical file state that Vivi takes good care of her skin and has no scars or injuries at all. In her character art, drawn by Chuzenji, Vivi wears a black and white drindle with open top, a black skirt with wine red interior and torn ends, white leggings, white armored stilettos with red interior and straps, white gauntlets, belts across her waist, a scabbard to her left, and a white and black and wine red hooded cloak that she wears over her antlers. She holds her sword in her right hand. In her voice lines, voiced by Mao, who also voices Chidori Ikeda in Silver Spoon, Verona in Durarara, Enri Emot in Overlord, Gileada Juris in Iron-Blooded Orphans, Imu Rifuta in Psyche K, Akane Emura in Aho Girl, Shion in Slime Isekai, Minori Asagiri in Mob Psycho, Iris in Fire Force, Sally in Beastars, Haye in Arpeggio Blue Steel, Narmaya in Grand Blue Fantasy, ADS and PA-15 in Girls Frontline, Europa in FGO, Fubuki, Hao, and Nicholas in Azure Lane, and Snow White in Nikkei, Vivi often talks of her home.
あなたが背後に隠したものは見えています。リターニアが異国の地にて、自身の栄誉を高める民よ。そしてカジミエーシュが、スキャンダルにまみれながらも、高潔な騎士を求めているのは、とても理解しやすいことですよ。それに、そのザ・レッドワインはもう時代遅れですしね。メディアは話題の人物に事欠きませんから、デッキは風が強いので、戻って何か羽織ってこられてはいかがですか？私はただ、あの緑豊かで、木陰の多い都市のことを思い出していたのです。どこからともなく吹いてくる風、鍛冶屋から響く規則正しい音が、時計代わりになるあの都市。ほんの短い間でしたが、だからこそ、懐かしむべきものです。では、母方のせいなのです。ごく平凡なもので、高等とは無関係です。カレンデュラが咲き誇る格子で、あなたはどれだけ足を止めるでしょうか。季節外れの花について、書き表す人は少ないですが、本当に美しいのですよ。ま、私のフルネームを覚えてらしたのですね、ドクター。異国の地を描く物語においては、長く他境に身を置いた人も、最後には故郷に帰ります。私もいつかは、リターニアに戻る日が来ると思っていましたが、多くの経験をした今でも、あの国への印象は、あの闇夜に灯るショッカと本の山だけです。私は会うべき人に会いましたし、とうに選んでいたのです。
At E2 level 90 with max trust, potential, and module, Vivi has 3,340 HP, 806 attack, 447 defense, 15 resistance, a 70-second redeploy time, 21 DP cost, 1 block, and has a 1.2 second attack speed. Her range is the standard range of an Arts Fighter Guard. At max trust, she gets plus 100 attack. At max pot, she gets minus 2 DP, plus 28 attack, and a buff to both her talents. Her first talent, Candlelight, at E2 pot 4, has Vivi deal plus 9% arts damage and take minus 9% physical and arts damage. This effect is doubled if there is an elite or leader enemy in her range. Her second talent, Nova, at E2 pot 4, when Vivi is attacking an elite or leader enemy, there is a 20% chance to gain a shield that only blocks melee attacks. This has a 1 stack maximum. Vivi has 2 base skills, with one being unlocked at E2. Her first base skill, Marigold Poetry Gathering, when Vivi is assigned to the control center, plus 0.05 morale per hour to all operators. Her second base skill, the Arknights Glimmer, when Vivi is assigned to the control center, all Knight operators assigned to factories gain plus 7% productivity. Vivi's first skill, Blade of the Fleeting Shadows, gains SP over time and is automatically triggered, with all levels starting with 0 SP. Level 7 to M3 require 4 SP to proc. At level 7, for the next attack, Vivi's attack is increased to 170% and she hits twice. The charged effect gives her plus 2 range and has her hit 3 times. At M3, it's plus 200% attack. Her second skill, Shadowed by Candlelight, gains SP over time and is manually triggered. Level 7 starts with 12 SP, needs 30 SP to proc, and lasts 30 seconds. M3 starts with 15, needs 25, and lasts for 35 seconds. At level 7, Vivi gains plus 30% attack, plus 110% defense, and plus 1 block, and is able to attack up to 2 enemies in her range. Each attack has a 20% chance to be 2 hits with 140% attack, and steals 30 attack speed from the target, which lasts until the skill expires or Vivi retreats. At M3, it's plus 40% attack, plus 160% defense. The 2 hits deal 150% attack, and she steals 40 attack speed. Her third skill, Flicker, gains SP over time and is manually triggered, with all levels lasting 15 or 25 seconds. Level 7 starts with 12 SP and needs 30 SP to proc, while M3 starts with 18 and needs 25. At level 7, Vivi's attack interval increases to 1.77 seconds, and she gains plus 75% attack, plus 60% defense, and plus 20 resistance. Her attacks hit twice, her second talent's trigger chances increase to 40%, and her attacks prioritize elite or leader enemies. After the second use, she gains plus 2 range, attacks hit 3 times, and the duration of the skill is increased to 25 seconds. At M3, it's plus 110% attack, plus 90% defense, plus 25 resistance, and her second talent chance is 50%. Vivi has a AFT-Delta module named the Unforeseeable, which makes it so that when she attacks a target under the burst effect of burn damage, she deals an additional 15% of her attack as elemental damage. At module level 3, the Unforeseeable fully upgrades Candlelight, which makes it so that she deals plus 10% arts damage, takes minus 10% arts and physical damage, and deals an additional 9% of her own damage as burn damage, all of which is doubled for elite and leader enemies. To unlock and max out her module, you must have Viviana at E2 level 60, have 100% trust with her, have your own Vivi defeat at least 10 elite or leader enemies, 3-star Maria Neural stage MN-3 having your own Vivi defeat Brass Rust, have 12 module data blocks, 60 data patching strips, 20 data patching devices, 2 polymerization preparations, 3 D32 steels, 4 nucleic crystal centers, and 300,000 LMD. Viviana is an operator that falls into 3 personal categories of mine. 1, in the right circumstances, she can be quite good. And 3, she really should have been a caster or a Lord Guard, not an Arts Guard. The specific circumstances I'm referring to are when she's fighting boss or elite enemies, which I believe are present in most, if not all, EX and challenge mode stages. Elite enemies specifically. This is due to both of her talents being geared towards fighting elites and leaders, dealing more damage and giving herself a shield. Her S3 increasing her second talent's rate against them, and her module further boosting her first talent and letting her inflict burn damage. All in all, Vivi with module deals plus 20% arts damage, has a 40% chance to gain a shield when attacking, or 100% with her S3, and deals 18% of her damage as burn damage to elite and boss enemies. The thing is, she's flat out not good against boss and elite enemies, and these extra effects she gains doesn't happen against normal enemies, especially compared to the other 6-star Arts Fighter Guard, Surtur. Vivi's survivability is comparatively low due to the less than 50% chance to gain a one-hit melee-only shield against bosses and elites. She has only 1 block, not including her S2, which makes her unable to solo hold lanes. Her S1 is okay at best and is just an auto-proc version of Surtur's S2, and the charge version of the skill rarely will get used. Her S2 can be done much better by Inez, just without the extra block, and Inez's version procs much quicker. Her S3 needs to be procced twice just to get like 2 tiles of extra range, 3 hit attacks, and 10 more seconds of uptime, meaning you'll be waiting well over a minute just to get it there. And if you want elemental damage, use Virtuosa, who released alongside Viviana, or Logos with his Delta module. Low priority overall. Thank you for watching. Please follow my Twitter and Blue Sky for updates, and please check out my other Azure Lane and Girls Frontline videos as well. Come back tomorrow for next week's character teasers.